The Bulls have been the NBA's biggest conundrum. They were widely regarded as a fringe playoff club to begin the season, but after years of obscurity, they have outperformed everyone's expectations. But just how good are they? The statistics speak for themselves. With a 25-10 record as of January 5th, the Bulls were in first position in the Eastern Conference. According to the 538's ELO model, they have a 53% chance of making the finals. This puts them in a tie with the Bucks for the conference's best finals odds. According to Cleaning the Glass numbers, they have the league's number 5 offense and number 10 defense. Normally, those kids of figures would indicate a title candidate. They're roughly where last season's finalists, the Bucks and the Suns, were at this point last year. The Bulls, on the other hand, have been relegated to the toddler table, while the Suns, the Nets, the Bucks, the Jazz, and Warriors are seated in the contending dining hall. That could be a mistake. The anchoring effect is cognitive bias that causes us to overestimate the importance of the first piece of information we're given about a topic. Consider last year's Suns, who were considered as a wonderful tale but were ignored throughout the playoffs since they were predicted to win only 38 games at the outset of the season. Those preseason expectations are the anchor that weighs miles of glacier beneath the surface. The Bulls have a legitimate opportunity to win the Eastern Conference, and they're just a few tweaks away from winning it all. Because it was impossible to forecast a completely new group and how they would play together, the preseason analysis for this club was always going to be extremely unhelpful. 81% of the minutes played this season have been played by the 16 Bulls who were not in the opening day roster last season. The puzzle pieces have come together better than anyone thought, and the Bulls have proven they can beat anyone on any given night. Do you need any more confirmation that the Bulls' winning percentage is accurate? They've dominated teams who will almost certainly make the playoffs as indicated by their conference best winning percentage versus teams above 500. They've performed even better against the top tier. They have yet to play the Suns or the Bucks, but they're 3-1 versus the Nets, the Warriors, and the Jazz. As good as the Bulls have been during the regular season, they could be even better postseason. Isolation scoring becomes more valuable in the playoffs, according to NBA Axiom. In fact, teams use isolation plays more frequently throughout the playoffs. That bodes well for the Bulls, who are by far the league's finest isolation team. Nobody's more efficient than DeMar DeRozan among players with at least 100 isolated possessions. Zach LaVine, who ranks 4th in points per possession, is not far behind. The Bulls also employ perimeter defenders to stop opposing teams from running solo plays. Another cliche about postseason basketball is that the game slows down, emphasizing half-court offense. This is yet another area in which the Bulls are well suited to excel. They have 3 players who have made all-star teams based on primarily their ability and to get buckets in DeRozan, LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. DeRozan has always been a great clutch performer, and he's gone to another level in crunch time this season, surrounded by the best shooting and scoring teammates he's ever had. He earned the moniker King of the Fourth after leading the NBA in the fourth quarter scoring, sinking an incredible 53% of his shots in that final frame. As terrific as the Bulls have been, there is still plenty of room for improvement. They've hardly never been at full strength. In terms of total player days and procedures, only the Celtics have been hurt harder by COVID. This has prompted the club to find new strategies to win during the season. That honed mobility will serve them well in the playoffs. Another obvious approach for this team is to improve and add another component to the trade market. The Athletic's John Hollinger, Athletic Pistons coverage writer James Edwards, and ESPN's Zach Lowe have previously stated that their greatest chip, former number 4 lottery selection Patrick Williams plus Derrick Jones Jr.'s expiring contract, would be enough to get a great deal for the Pistons. This would be for the Pistons' Jerami Grant. Grant is a good two-way forward who could play some small ball 5 when needed for the Bulls, who are still lacking a mobile front court player who would allow them to play more varied defensive schemes. When they tore down their 1998 championship team, the Bulls thought it would be simple to return to the summit. They've learned the hard way that if you're lucky, you might get a chance to play in a final series once every few decades. This team is already on the verge of contending for the championship. Both DeRozan and Vucevic are at the moment in their careers when most players begin to decline rather than develop. For the next 24 years, the franchise may not have another opportunity like this, so it's time for them to go for it. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Sport Truffle, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.